Likes and dislikes are the mind's way of never letting you rest. The moment the mind forms likes and dislikes, it creates condition for its own peace. What is like must be protected and sustained, creating vigilance and fear. What is disliked must be resisted or avoided, creating tension and conflict. The mind stays busy guarding one side and fighting the other, even in silence. This constant inner movement prevents rest. Likes and dislikes keep the mind on duty. Likes and dislikes are the mechanism of mind suffering. The mind suffers because it cannot stop choosing sides. Suffering is not in what happens, but in the mind choosing sides against what happens. The mind does not suffer because of events. Events are neutral. The mind suffers after the event. Why? Because the mind chooses a side. When something happens, it is just what is. Immediately the mind says, this should not have happened. This should have happened. This is good. This is bad. That judgment is the fracture. Likes and dislikes are not emotions. They are positions. The moment the mind takes a position, it stands against a reality. It begins resistance or craving. It enters conflict. Conflict is suffering. The event is over in a moment. The mind continues it for days. That continuation is not memory, it is opposition. When you like something, you demand its continuation. Life does not guarantee continuation, so fear is born. When you dislike something, you demand its removal. Life does not obey demands, so resistance is born. Fear and resistance are suffering. The mind believes, if I choose the right side, I will be safe. This is the illusion. There is no safe side in life. There is only seeing or fighting. When the mind stops choosing sides, there is no inner argument. There is no demand on reality. There is no psychological time. Action may still happen. Action may still happen. But suffering does not. This is not acceptance. This is not detachment. This is not discipline. This is clarity. Clarity does not oppose life. Clarity responds to life. The mind suffers because it insists on preferences. Life moves without consulting preferences. That mismatch is pain. To like and dislike is a habit of the mind. It binds man to the purgatory of craving and aversion. If one trains the mind to have no likes or dislikes, he becomes equanimous. This equanimity affords him the clarity to witness the nature of things. To like and dislike is a habit of the mind. Your mind is constantly judging. I like this. I don't like that. I want this. I want to avoid that. This happens automatically. You didn't choose it. It's a habit, like blinking. So the problem is not what you like or dislike. It's that the mind cannot stop choosing sides. It binds man to the purgatory of craving and aversion. Once you like something, you crave it. You fear losing it. Once you dislike something, you resist it. You fear facing it. So life becomes chasing what you like, running from what you dislike. That back and forth is exhausting. That constant pull and push is what I call purgatory. Not hell, not peace, just endless restlessness. If one trains the mind to have no likes or dislikes, this does not mean becoming emotionless, pretending not to care, forcing neutrality. It means seeing likes and dislikes as movements in the mind, not obeying them automatically, not letting them decide your inner state. You still feel preferences, they just don't control you. He becomes equanimous. Equanimous means calm in success, calm in failure, not overly excited, not deeply disturbed. Inside, there is balance. Things happen, but they don't throw you off center. This equanimity affords him the clarity to witness the nature of things. When the mind is not busy, wanting, rejecting, judging, it can finally see clearly. You see people as they are. You see situations as they are. You see yourself as you are. No emotional coloring, no distortion. This is what he means by the nature of things. Likes and dislikes trap you in mental noise. Dropping them brings balance. Balance brings clarity. Once you like something, you crave it, you fear it. Once you dislike something, you resist it, you fear facing it. So life becomes chasing what you like, running from what you dislike. That back and forth is exhausting. That constant pull and push is what I call purgatory. Not hell, not peace, just endless restlessness. The moment a like is born, the instant the mind says, I like this, three things happen automatically. Attachment is created. You are no longer free with respect to that thing. Your inner state now depends on its presence, its continuation, its growth. That dependence is subtle but real. Craving begins. Craving is not desire, craving is I need this to feel okay. So the mind starts replaying it, wanting more of it, measuring life against it. Even when you have it, you are already anxious about keeping it. Fear is born at the same time. People miss this. The moment you like something, you also create fear of loss, fear of change, fear of absence. So pleasure and fear arrive together, two sides of the same coin, the moment a dislike is born. Now, the other side, when the mind says, I don't like this, again, three things happen. Resistance forms. You tighten internally, the body contracts, the mind argues. You want reality to be different, but reality doesn't negotiate. Avoidance begins. You try to escape, distract, delay, suppress, but avoidance keeps the thing alive in the mind. What you resist persists psychologically. Fear again appears. Fear of facing it, feeling it, being overwhelmed by it. So even when the thing is absent, it occupies mental space. The endless loop this creates. Now put both together, your day becomes pulling toward what you like, pushing away what you dislike. So the mind is never at rest. Even when nothing is happening, you are anticipating, rehearsing, planning, defending. This is not living, this is reacting. What I call purgatory. Not hell, because there is pleasure sometimes. Not peace, because pleasure is unstable. So you live in between small highs, constant lows, background anxiety, chronic dissatisfaction. That in between state that never resolves, that's purgatory. You are neither free nor fully trapped, just tethered. Why this is exhausting? The energy cost. Every like dislike costs energy. Maintaining preferences, protecting identities, managing expectations, controlling outcomes. The mind becomes a full-time security guard, guarding pleasure, guarding against pain. That's why people are tired, even when doing nothing. The quiet tragedy. Most people think if I just get more of what I like and less of what I dislike, I'll be peaceful. But the opposite happens. More liking is more fear. More disliking is more resistance. So the prison strengthens. What freedom actually looks like. No romance. Freedom is not getting rid of pleasure, forcing neutrality. Freedom is liking without clinging, disliking without resisting, letting experience pass through without ownership. When this happens, the push-pull collapses, energy returns, restlessness ends. The mind suffers not because of life, but because it cannot stop choosing sides against life. That choice is the exhaustion. That exhaustion is purgatory. Most people believe peace is a logistics problem. Arrange life correctly, keep the good, remove the bad, optimize circumstances, then peace will arrive. This belief is false. The moment you like something, you create a contract with life. The contract says, this must continue for me to be okay. Life does not sign contracts. So the mind moves into vigilance. You don't enjoy what you like. You guard it. Guarding creates fear. More liking does not increase pleasure. It increases exposure. The more you like, the more you can lose. The more alert you become, the more fragile your peace becomes. So fear grows in proportion to liking. Now disliking. When you dislike something, you declare this must not exist. But it exists. So the mind enters resistance. Resistance is constant friction with reality. You are no longer responding, you are arguing. More disliking does not remove pain, it extends it. What is resisted occupies attention, repeats internally, gains psychological weight. So resistance grows in proportion to disliking. Now put both together. You are guarding what you like, fighting what you dislike. Even when nothing is happening, you are on duty. There is no off switch. That is the prison. The bars of the prison are not events, they are preferences. The lock is the belief If life aligns with me, I'll be free. Life does not align, life moves. So the present strengthens not because life is cruel, but because the mind insists on control where none exists. Peace does not come from arranging experience. Peace comes from ending opposition to experience. That ending is not effort, it is insight. When insight happens, liking does not turn into clinging, disliking does not turn into resistance. Experience flows through without ownership. Action remains, correction remains, but suffering does not. The mind is free not when it gets what it wants, but when it stops demanding that life conform to its wants. That is the end of the prison. So, peace is not found by collecting what the mind likes or eliminating what it dislikes. Each like strengthens fear, each dislike strengthens resistance. Suffering is not caused by life, but by the mind choosing sides against life. When liking no longer becomes clinging and disliking no longer becomes opposition, the prison dissolves. Life continues, action continues, only suffering ends. So, the mind's suffering does not originate in events, people, or circumstances. It begins the moment the mind divides life into likes and dislikes. What is liked becomes something to protect, preserve, and repeat. What is disliked becomes something to resist, avoid, or eliminate. In both cases, the mind positions itself against the natural movement of life. From liking arises craving and fear, fear of loss, change, or absence. From disliking arises resistance and conflict, the refusal to allow what is already present. Thus, even when life is calm, the mind remains restless, vigilant, and tense. Believing peace will come by increasing what is liked and removing what is disliked, the mind strengthens the very mechanism that creates suffering. More liking increases exposure and fear. More disliking increases resistance and inner friction. The push and pull intensifies and the prison tightens. This state is neither misery nor peace, but an endless in between, a psychological purgatory sustained entirely by preference. When likes and dislikes are seen clearly for what they are, not truths, but habits of the mind, the inner opposition collapses. The mind stops choosing sides. Life is no longer argued with, defended against, or demanded from. Action does not end. Discernment does not end, but psychological suffering does. Peace is not achieved by controlling life, but by ending the mind's insistence that life conform to its preferences. When that insistence ends, clarity remains.